Today I'm going to be showing you my travel sketchbook from when I went to Italy and Germany in September of this year. So this was my moleskin that I started with. I kind of started doodling a little bit. Alright, so this was the first introduction page to Europe 2022. Okay, so first things first, on September 16th, we left from Dulles. I just drew an airplane here. This was like where you walk through to get into the airplane, so I did that. So our first day, we went over to Odeonsplatz in Munich, and I saw these random guys just like wearing these Napoleon hats, these bicorn hats. So I took a picture of that and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to like show later on. So I emphasized that a little bit. We went to the Rathskeller for a gigantic beer, which was right in Marienplatz. And we got to see the Glockenspiel, which was really cool. I ate schnitzel as much as I could. So we woke up in our hotel and I decided I needed to get coffee because coffee is life. So we went to Oktoberfest on our second day there, and there was lots of rain. I would recommend everyone go there. It's just so much excitement and Bavarian stuff around. Then moving on to this one, he's a hermit monk. This was a guy I saw on a wall, except that I made him into a Bavarian dude. As you can see, I messed up on the hand a little bit, but he's wearing lederhosen to just make it look a little bit more interesting, and he was looking really sad, so I made him smile a little bit and have a good time. On day 3, we went on a tour. We went to Linderhof Castle and Schloss Neuschwanstein. On day 4, we were supposed to be going to Berchtesgaden, so we went over there, but the reason we were going there was actually because we were going to go to the Eagle's Nest. So then, as part of that tour for the day, we got to do a salt mine tour. Highly recommend that if you can't go to the Eagle's Nest. On day 5, we took a train to Murnau, then we took a bus to Garmisch, then we took a train, and then we took another train to Ybbsee Lake, then we took a gondola to the Zugspitze, and we had amazing views there. The reason that this is not finished is because I haven't finished it yet. We took a gondola down to the glacier, which I'm going to show a video of here, and we took a cogwheel train through the mountain down to Ybbsee Lake again, and then we took a train to Garmisch, and then we took a bus to Murnau, and then we took a train to Munich. It was an extremely long day, but a beautiful day, one that I'll remember forever. I also got to go to the Neverending Story Park, which is the park dedicated to Michael Ende, who wrote The Neverending Story, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So on day 6, we made it to Venice. We basically traveled the whole day on a train and got to watch the beautiful Italian countryside go by. And it was really a nice day, a good day to relax our feet a little bit after walking so much. Made it to Venice, and it was a long day. We explored a bit of the Rialto Bridge. I really enjoyed Venice. There were so many alleyways and cool shops to find, including that bookstore that had a bunch of books inside of bathtubs because they're worried about the water coming up and ruining all the books. As you can see here, this is part of the Rialto Bridge that I tried to paint. We did take a water bus the length of the island and then walked back from it. And it's not a very big place, Venice. And the weather was fantastic. We ended up having drinks and watching the sunset on our second day there, which was our first full day there. First and last full day there. And then here is just basically a picture of the guy that was on the sign for the pizza place that we went to. And I just thought he was funny looking, so I decided to draw him as well. So we went to Scribo, which is a stationery store, and I bought a fountain pen from there. In the morning, I had a cappuccino from Bar Stellina, and then later on, as I was saying before, we saw the sunset, and we got the Aperol Spritz and a beer in a boot. Alright, so from Venice, we went to Rome by train, and we got to see this really cool place called the Capuchin Crypt. And basically, there are 3,700 bodies in this crypt, but they're all kind of taken apart, and it was just such an incredible thing. I'll post some pictures here that you can find on the internet. You're not supposed to take any photos of it, but experience it in real life instead, and it was just like fantastical. I could not believe that the church would allow this sort of thing. So this was something that I saw. I think it was written in Latin maybe, but it says, "What you are now, we used to be. What we are now, you will be." And then we also went to the place where Julius Caesar was murdered on the Ides of March. So that was pretty cool. And then this is just kind of an example of what you would see on the ceiling. Alright, so on day 9, we went walking around. First we went to Trajan's Market, then we went to the Colosseum, and we took a nap because we were so exhausted. And then we went to the Circus Maximus, Giardino degli Aranci, then we went to Trastevere for dinner. But we saw this guy. He was not colored like this, but it was just a fountain that I saw. We also ended up seeing the Colosseum. So I actually did this painting after the fact. I didn't do a great job on it. As you can see, it's a little bit slanted. But just to give you the idea of, like, there were a lot of people there, and it was a really nice day. This day actually ended up with a lot of rain, but when we were there, it actually was very beautiful. So day 10, we needed a day off. So we toured by bus around Rome, and it was really, really raining. And then we ate Indian food and had gelato. So then on day 11, Napoli. We had a lot of pizza in Naples, and it was really good. So this was day 12, so we got to go to Vesuvius and Pompeii. This is one of the most dangerous places in the world because Vesuvius could explode at any time. We walked up Vesuvius, and spoiler alert, it did not erupt, so you can just ignore these rocks and fire. And then we also got to look at Pompeii, which was really, really cool. They had lots of fountains and the bathhouses, and it was just such a special experience, like being there where everything's frozen in time. Wonderful trip. When we got back to Naples, we also ended up seeing Poseidon. Here's more of Pompeii. This is a picture of Dionysus. We were in Naples for a couple of days, just doing tours and things. They had a lot of baked goods in Naples as well, but just amazing looking stuff. Day 13. So we went to Sorrento, Amalfi, and Positano. These are coastal cities on the side of the mountains, and they really rely on fishing and tourism at this point. But these, like, you'll see a lot of stuff that comes from Italy, with like the big lemons and whatnot, like limoncello, that comes from this area. So this was Amalfi that I tried to draw. It was raining that day. They also have all these boats. You can see the tide goes up and down because the boats are over here on the dry land. But a really wonderful place. Very colorful. I loved all the colors. And so this is my final piece, which was day 14. All roads lead back to Rome. And this is just a random sculpture that I saw while we were in one of the museums. And I just decided to add some color to his life. I'm sure he would enjoy that. So yeah, this was my sketchbook tour from when I went over to Europe. When you're traveling so much and you're tired, it's just hard to pull out your sketchbook and then want to write about it. And I thought I would do more writing, but I did not. And it was hard to even plan out what I wanted to draw because there were just so many things that were so cool to see. This concludes my sketchbook tour from Italy and Germany. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and share it with people if you like. I'd love to see what you've made and done when you've been traveling. So in the comments, leave me a link to your social media and I'd love to check it out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to make more art.